every morning. Inside hundreds of homes across the Miami Valley.
That's not your strawberries, is it?
You'll find people caring for children who aren't their own. Many kids are the voiceless victims of the opioid crisis.
We have saturated the market as a community, and I'm not just talking about Montgomery County.
Officials with Children's Services face an alarming reality: a growing number of kids who need a temporary home and a shrinking number of foster parents to welcome them in.
We had a 6-year-old that we thought was going to spend the weekend in our system, in the building, staying all night because we couldn't identify a resource.
25 kids in January and 40 in February went into the foster care system in Montgomery County. With another 40 in March, officials say this is a much higher trend compared to 2016. Another change, 195 of the kids in custody right now are newborn to 3 years old.
Yay!
Officials say people like the Swaffords are part of the solution.
What is a typical day like here in your house?
With 5 kids, a typical day is kind of crazy.
After sending 2 of their boys off to school each morning, Cindy now stays home with the other 3. 2016. Another change, 195 of the kids in custody.
So we experienced the tremoring, and we experienced the irritability and the, constant crying and the lack of sleep and the GI issues.
Cindy and her husband Jesse have cared for 13 kids. 10 of them were in foster care as a result of opiates.
It weighs heavy on my heart that our beds are all full. Do we open up more beds? Do we just keep doing what we're doing here and find other ways to impact the system? I don't know.
While the Swaffords search for new ways to fill the void, Caleb and Trisha Clay are filling the beds in their home as well.
These are just things that they made. This is I Love Trisha, very mush. It's supposed to say much. This is from Christmas. The best gift of all is a mom and dad, so I just thought it was sweet.
For the last year, they've been mom and dad to 6-year-old twins.
We were looking out that door and see these 2 boys come out of the van and come running into the house.
Though the boys are not suffering physically, they are also victims of the heroin epidemic. Explaining that to a child is tough.
Mommy really loves you, but she's sick.
Amidst the difficult questions also comes uncertainty. The Clays know in their case the goal is to one day reunite the boys with their biological mother.
This is probably where we get emotional. We love these boys. They feel like they're our own, and so we often hear, well, why would you do that? Or people who are interested in foster care will tell us, I could never do that because I couldn't let them go. And our response to that is just, well, you could because they're worth it.
But the sobering truth is nearly half of the children in Montgomery County's foster care system are in permanent custody, with another 47 cases pending, meaning those kids are now up for adoption, adding another layer.
Where are we going to be by the end of 2017?
Well, I will have more than 100 additional kids compared to 2016 in custody of the agency in a saturated system already.
It's a devastating problem.
In my mind, I've speculated when all of our beds get filled and we keep having children come in the door, what will we do?